Hello everybody and welcome back to a new video. I am Pat from Pat's Path Predictor, and today we are looking at what you're looking at here is the SPC for today actually. As you can see, a severe weather outbreak is expected across parts of the Deep South, including parts of Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Arkansas, and Louisiana. With that being said, let's get right into it. But before we do, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on those notifications for more videos like these. It really encourages me to make more videos for you guys to enjoy. And with that being said, let's get right into it. So before we read the synopsis, let's take a look at this enhanced risk area that was issued earlier today. I did say yesterday that I wouldn't be surprised if they issued this, but they finally came out and did it. Enhanced risk is issued for parts of Tennessee, Georgia, northern Alabama, Mississippi, as well as parts of eastern Arkansas. The slight risk has been issued for half of Arkansas, including Little Rock, a little bit of Louisiana, further down south of Mississippi and Alabama, including Birmingham and Jackson, respectively. Well, not respectively. Yeah, Jackson in Mississippi and Birmingham in Alabama, as well as in Georgia, more in Georgia, including Atlanta, western South Carolina, and North Carolina, as well as more of Tennessee right here. And the marginal risk has been issued for most of Louisiana, eastern Texas, more of Arkansas, the rest of Tennessee, the majority of North Carolina, more of western South Carolina, further down south into Georgia, as well as now into the Florida Panhandle, and encompassing now the rest of Mississippi and Alabama. That being said, let's take a quick look at the synopsis right here, the summary. Tornadoes, damaging thunderstorm gusts, and isolated large hail are possible for parts of the lower Mississippi Valley into the Tennessee Valley and southern Appalachians vicinity through tonight. So, before we go further into this, let's go ahead and take a look at the risks. We're going to first look at the hail risk, which is actually the lowest risk right here. It's at a 15% chance of hail right here. You can see that right there. So now we're going to go to the wind threat, which has actually gone up. It was at 15% earlier. Now it's at 30% for parts of the Tennessee Valley, as well as parts of the Deep South right here. So that's always a concern right there. So that being said, now we're going to go to the tornado threat, and this is actually probably the wind threat is for now is probably the greatest threat, but not far behind it is the tornado threat, because there's that 10% area right here in that same enhanced risk zone. But look at this. There's a hatched area right here. So basically, you're probably wondering what 10%, 15%, 30% is. Well, for tornadoes, a 10% it basically means it's a 10% probability of a tornado within 25 miles of a point. In this instance, this is a 10% chance of a tornado happening within 25 miles of you if you're living down there. Now, this hatched area right here, this is a area of concern right here, because this generally means it's a 10% or greater probability of EF2 to EF5 tornadoes within 25 miles of a point, which, if you remember back from that outbreak 2.5 weeks ago that really destroyed Mayfield, Bowling Green, and caused that warehouse to get shredded through in Edwardsville in Illinois. Those were all powerful tornadoes. We'll go ahead and get back to that. Those kinds of areas were in that hatched risk right there. So that's generally not a good sign right there. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the synopsis. Let's go ahead and pull up the city map first. If you are in Huntsville, Chattanooga, if you're in Huntsville, Chattanooga, Decatur, South Haven, and Collierville in Tennessee, Mississippi, in Alabama, Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, and Tennessee, respectively. You guys are under that enhanced risk area, and I would watch out for that greater risk of tornadoes and wind. If you're in Memphis, Atlanta, Birmingham, Little Rock, and Jackson, we already went over this. You're under that slight risk. Still be alert. Severe weather, really bad severe weather has actually occurred in slight risk areas. So, yeah, but if you're in Charlotte, Nashville, New Orleans, Raleigh, and Greensboro, you're in that marginal risk area. You could see a little bit of severe weather, but shouldn't be too bad. but it's that slight and enhanced risk area that really needs to be careful and pay attention. We're actually going to pull up the county map right here, just to give the folks just an idea. Basically, we'll just go ahead and zoom in. We'll go ahead and zoom in the best of my ability right here. Yeah, if you live in any of this area, if you live in any of these counties right here, I would be stay very alert if you're in that slight enhanced risk area, especially. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and right into the synopsis. Into the Arkansas, Louisiana, into the Tennessee Valley. Ongoing forecast remains on track with only minor changes. Intense thunderstorms are expected to develop by early afternoon over southern Arkansas as a combination of daytime heating approaching a large scale ascent and strengthening wind fields overspread the region. This cluster of storms will organize and track across the enhanced risk corridor through the afternoon and evening hours. A few supercells are possible. That's why they issued the enhanced risk area, and that's why I was saying they're probably going to issue the enhanced risk area, and that's why I was also saying I was surprised they didn't issue it, because that enhanced risk area in particular is an area where there's good conditions for supercells to form. But with that being said, let's go ahead and get right back into it. A few supercells are possible, as well as an increasing risk of large-scale bowing structures. Storms move into Middle Tennessee, Northeast Mississippi, Northern Alabama, and eventually into Northwestern Georgia. Tornadoes, damaging winds, and hail will all be possible within these storms, have also added a small corridor of 10% significant tornado probabilities over the part of Mississippi, Alabama, where CAM guidance and forecast shear profiles appear most favorable. Please refer to yada yada. Further south, more isolated thunderstorm development is expected later this afternoon and evening across central Mississippi and Alabama. This area will have favorable vertical shear profiles in Cape for discrete supercells and some risk of tornadoes. However, large-scale forcing is weaker, so uncertainty is lower regarding coverage and intensity of storms. So that being said, we're going to go ahead and go back to the map right here. So basically, in English, essentially, in the early afternoon, some thunderstorms are going to develop here in Arkansas, and then they're going to move into the Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee area. Some supercells could develop today. So if you're in that slight enhanced risk area, stay very cognizant, especially in the afternoon. Always check the radar. I know I checked the radar recently. It's raining. It's raining there in Mississippi and Alabama, but that's not going to do anything to stop this thing from happening. With that being said, let's move on to another topic I want to really look into. Look at this. This is day 3. This is for New Year's Eve, December 31st. There's another slight risk area, not exactly in the same area, but still in that same geographical area. Like some of it encompasses the same parts the enhanced risk do. So yeah, let's go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and take a look at this. A mid-level shortwave trough will be located near the Baja Peninsula Friday morning and move northeast through the day to the Midwest by 12 Zulu, or I believe 6 a.m. Central Time Saturday. This will result in strengthening surface low in the southern high plains during the day Friday, which will move along the surface front into the Mississippi Valley by Saturday morning. Okay. Yeah. Okay. There are some uncertainties with forecast will preclude an upgrade during this time. Forecast instability is currently on the weaker side. Most guidance shows a low-level veered low. Okay. All right, we'll go. All right, so basically, this is an area of interest to watch right here. I will make another video updating about that later on. This is the day 4 outlook. Severe weather will likely be ongoing at the beginning of the period from the early morning thunderstorms across Arkansas and the vicinity. The location of overnight convection will have significant impact on the zones within the broader risk area of when a higher severe weather threat will exist. However, all guidance shows a broad warm sector with a 50-knot low-level jet, which will foster an environment favorable for all severe weather types. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and read the rest of that because this is issued for New Year's Day, January 1st, and we still don't really know enough information on that. So, that being said, we're going to go ahead and go back to the main show, you could say. This is it right here. Once again, if you're in that slight and enhanced risk area, be very cognizant, be very careful, and just check your local weather and everything. Just make sure you get home safe. Make sure you have a basement, and if in case of a tornado happens, if not, move to an interior. If a tornado warning is issued, move into an interior room such as a closet, or an interior bathroom. The more walls you can put between you and the outside world, the better. And with damaging winds, just if they damaging winds, just if they start to get too high, stay away from the windows. And as for large hail, same thing, stay away from the windows. But with that being said, that's going to wrap up for this video. I hope you enjoyed this analysis of this severe weather outbreak that's going to happen today. Be sure to leave a like as well as subscribe to the channel for more videos like these. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one. Stay safe, everybody, especially today.